Hello, my name is Smihalik. This is my project called StorytimeinaBox. It is made for children in grades K through 5. The first theme I have is on ancient Rome, and this theme will give students a greater understanding of the history, art, and architecture of this important time period. So I'm going to start unpacking the box for you now. The first book I've chosen is The Crafts and Cultures of the Romans. This book will help with our mosaic craft that's part of this box. The next one is the Roman Colosseum, which has a fantastic timeline for teaching this period of history. And Julius Caesar. This is a wonderful book for teaching about the Roman Empire and has some fantastic images included. The 3 online resources I used for this themed box are Aunt Annie's Crafts, which has the mosaic art craft that I'll show you, and Ancient Rome for Kids, which has many lessons and games and activities on ancient Rome, and a YouTube video called What Was Ancient Rome Like? That will help teach this topic. The sample craft I have is a mosaic art project. Here's the one I made for this box. And here is a laminated list of all the materials and a step-by-step guide for this project. The next theme I have for you is on animals. This theme will be fantastically enjoyable for students as they learn more interesting facts about animals. The 3 books that I've chosen for this box include Graham Bass's Animalia, a wonderful read aloud on the topic. The next one is What's Inside? Small Animals, which will really engage students as they see what is inside the animals. And the final one is The Animal Book by Steve Jenkins, which has many animals represented in the book and fun facts about them. The 3 online resources I used for this topic include a YouTube video called Wild Animals for Kids, Vocabulary for Kids, which will strengthen children's animal recognition abilities, and Dana Pollard virtual tour of the Fort Worth Zoo, which will be wonderful for students to see. And the last one is I Heart Crafty Things, and this is where I got the idea for the animal craft I included in this box. A raccoon using the printed word, old magazines or newspaper. And here's a laminated list of all the materials needed and a step-by-step guide for this craft. The next theme box I have is on astronomy. The 3 books I've chosen for this unit are The Big Dipper, which will help students understand the Big and Little Dipper. There was an old astronaut who swallowed the moon, has fantastic facts, and is also super entertaining. And the DK book on astronomy, which has wonderful images and fantastic information for teaching on this topic. The 3 online resources I used are the NASA Space Station website, which has a virtual tour of the International Space Station, the McDonald Observatory website, which has a wonderful example called example of a lesson for astronomy called Shadow Play, which is a hands-on lesson for students to learn about the movement of the Earth in relation to the sun. And the last online website I used for this topic is the Crafting Chicks, and I have an example of the completed solar system, all of the planets, their names, what they look like, of course their placement in relation to the sun. I've included this printout for ease of making copies, but the link is also included here. All of the materials needed and a step-by-step guide for this activity. The next themed box I have is on geology and fossils. This theme will really help students to gain useful knowledge about the geological forces that shape our world. The 3 books I've chosen are Incredible Earth, which highlights volcanoes, earthquakes, shows the core, the center of the earth. The next book is The Grand Canyon, which focuses on this amazing geological example that we have in our country. And Fossil, which has wonderful images for students as they study what a fossil is and how it is made, how it comes to be. The 3 online resources I have for this box include the Britannica site, learn about the formation of fossils. The Crafty Classroom, which has a fossil activity, which is highlighted in this box. I've included a laminated list of materials needed for the fossil craft, as well as a step-by-step guide and an example of a butterfly fossil that students will get to make as part of this themed box. And the last online resource used for this box is a YouTube video called Volcano for Kids, Volcano Song for Kids. It's very entertaining and also very educational. The fifth and final box I have is on the theme of poetry. The 3 books I've chosen for this theme include Little Poems for Tiny Ears, poems by Lynn Oliver, a wonderful read-aloud book, especially for young children. Shel Silverstein's Where the Sidewalk Ends, wonderful, wonderful poems, very enjoyable for students. And Poetry Speaks to Children, which is a fantastic anthology, really good for exposing students to all sorts of poetry. The 3 online resources I included for this box include Ken Nesbitt's Poetry for Kids, which has a fantastic lesson on writing acrostic poems. And this is my activity for this box. I've included an example of an acrostic poem, as well as a laminated list of instructions, and again the example on this page for the box. The other 2 online resources I use for this theme include Read It, Write It, Learn It, a wonderful website for poetry activities, and Imagine Learning, which has wonderful activities for poetry, for teaching students poetry as well. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my video.